What's up? Thank you for joining me. My name is Justice, and I'm your host of MSWILLLOSE News and Views podcast. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about don't get comfortable. That's right, do not get comfortable. But before I get started on this episode, I must first thank all of you guys who have subscribed, who have downloaded my podcast. I love the comments for all you guys who follow me on social media, whether that be friends on Facebook, whether that be through Instagram, Twitter, whatever way we connect, guys. I want you to know and understand that I appreciate the love. I want you guys to know and understand that you guys help me get through the day, just like how you guys say I help you get through the day. Know and understand that you are not alone. If you haven't downloaded yet, at the end of this podcast, please subscribe and download. Leave me a comment. Let me know what we could be doing better. Let me know some of the things you're interested in learning out about MS, because that's what I created this podcast for my MS family, for my MS community, for us to be able to uplift and inspire individuals with multiple sclerosis. But let's get back to this episode, because this is one that I want you guys to really listen to. I want you guys to really feel me on this, right? Because this could be happening to somebody else, and if it is, I want to make sure that I let you guys know that you are not alone. Now, for me, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2011, and around 2013, I can remember it like it was yesterday, I had already started to lose my ability to walk, so I was using a walker. And at this point, I was doing some physical therapy in the pool. And for me, the longer the day is, the more tired I get. You know, we already deal with this fatigue that's crazy by itself. So then you add in, for me, I had a day where I had physical therapy and I went to the pool, so I was a little tired. So what I needed to do, or what I chose to do that day, was I proceeded to use a wheelchair to get back to my car. And going back to the parking deck, I ran across a gentleman who had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis for some years, and the guy seemed to always speak his mind. And when he seen me, he asked me, he was like, "Hey man, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, "No man, ain't nothing wrong with me." He said, "Why you in the wheelchair then?" I said, "No man," I said, "I was a little tired, you know, from the pool, and I just chose to use a wheelchair just to get back to the car." And he said, "Okay, let me tell you something." He said, "Now don't you get comfortable in that wheelchair." And I looked at him, and you know, I caught myself because I almost snapped on him, because I was like, "Nah man, you ain't got to worry about that, bro. I ain't gonna get comfortable in no wheelchair." And he was like, "Well, just make sure that you don't." And I'm here to tell you guys, when I got in the car, I was steaming. And my wife was like, "What was that about back there?" I was like, "Can you believe that the guy had a nerve to tell me don't get comfortable in no wheelchair? He must be crazy if he thinks that I ever would get comfortable in a wheelchair." And I'm here to tell you guys, this is from the heart. This is a true story. Everything that I tell you that you hear in your ears or that you see is a true story. It's my battle. It's my testimony with multiple sclerosis. And I'm here to tell you guys is that I did get comfortable in a wheelchair. So that's why I sit here in 2018 using a wheelchair more than I probably should if I wouldn't have got comfortable in a wheelchair. So I listened to the guy, and I remembered how I reacted to him, and I sit here now on some days when I'm just alone with me and my thoughts, and I say, you know what, man, you really did get comfortable using a wheelchair. And that came about because for me, I was a person, you know, before MS, I was always on the go. I was a chef. I ran kitchens. You know, I had my own business. I was an entrepreneur. I was a personal trainer. You understand what I'm saying? I was in the military. I was an active person. And multiple sclerosis stole that from me. And so in the beginning, with it slowing me down from walking, when I got a little taste of a wheelchair and realized that I could get from point A to point B quicker than I could on the walker, next thing you know, I was using a wheelchair every day. And before I knew it, with multiple sclerosis, you have to keep moving. And I didn't realize that in the beginning. I didn't know that. I didn't want to listen to people. That's one of the things that we have a hard time with when we've just been diagnosed with something, or when we get older. We have a hard time of learning new things. We have a hard time of listening to people. But what I'm here to tell you is that if you have MS, you need to surround yourself with other people who have MS who you can learn from. But also knowing and understanding that MS affects everyone different. But like I say, back to this story, the guy told me, man, don't get comfortable in a wheelchair. And I remember that. And I sit here now and I realize that I did get comfortable in a wheelchair because of my ability to get from one place to another quicker than I could on the walker. I'm telling you guys, I would be at a basketball game and look up and I'd be on the other side of the court. I was able to do things with my daughter again. I was able to move around more. Now, these are things that I couldn't do before because I was on a walker and I couldn't get there, or I needed my hands to hold the walker up. It's just crazy. But what I'm telling you guys is that I allowed myself to get comfortable in a wheelchair because I adjusted to living in a wheelchair instead of adjusting to living using a walker and continuously trying to get better from there. So what I'm telling you guys is not to get comfortable. I'm telling you guys, if you feel that you have adjusted too much, readjust yourself. Shake yourself up a little bit. You got to pinch yourself to wake yourself up. Whatever you need to do to get uncomfortable, get uncomfortable. But what I'm telling you guys is that I got comfortable using a wheelchair, and 5 years later, I am still struggling to get out of a wheelchair. Because with multiple sclerosis, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And I wasn't using my legs. My hip flexors got tight. I got tight. My back got tight. Everything got worse when I thought that I was just making things easier. So what I'm here to tell you is that you must continuously fight every day. You must get up every day and find a purpose. You must find a way to fight MS each and every day, each and every way. But you must know and understand that you are not alone. You are not alone. There are a lot of MSers out there who have great support, who can tell you things that can help you get through the day, so you must reach out. I believe that each one teaches one. So know and understand that my name is Justice. I am the host of MS Will Lose News and Views podcast. My mission is to motivate, uplift, and inspire individuals with multiple sclerosis to keep fighting each and every day, each and every way. So remember, do not get comfortable. Shake things up. If things are easy, make it hard, because you're going to have to use it when you get ready to keep fighting and to keep moving. My name is Justice. Have a great one. Peace.